Alright, now we're going to start playing around with the bash terminal. Alright, so in your Ubuntu distribution, if you are using Ubuntu, either Lubuntu or Xubuntu or plain old Ubuntu or Linux Mint, alright, you could hit Control-Alt-T to bring up your bash terminal. You could also use whatever graphic user interface or graphical desktop you happen to be using to navigate around and find what is called a terminal emulator, or something along those lines. You click on that. That will also bring up a terminal for you to use. And this is the bash terminal, also called command line interface. And let's go ahead and get right off to a start here and look at some commands. All right. Well, even before a command, let's look at this first thing you're going to see in your bash terminal. You're going to see a prompt. This is called the prompt. It is made up of your username at your machine, colon, this little squiggly line here. What does that mean? Well, first let's look at our first command. pwd, short for print working directory. You type that in, you hit enter, and you see this here. This is the absolute path to the directory that you are currently working in. This first slash here, shorthand for root. This is home, which is a directory that is within the root directory. And this is golden, which is a directory within the home directory within the root directory. And this is also commonly called, this would, in layman's terms, or informally I should say, this would be considered golden's home directory. Right? My username is golden, and this is my folder within the home directory, so it is my home directory. And that, the home directory, is this squiggly line here, or tilde. Right? My home directory, the user's home directory. Not this home directory, but whatever your name is, whatever your user directory is within home. Okay. Now, if I go to a graphic file manager over here, this opens up by default. It opens up in the home directory, and I see there's a bunch of folders in here and files that I can interact with. Well, what if I want to see if I can interact with them in the bash terminal? I can type ls, it's lowercase l, lowercase s. This is all case sensitive, and this is short for list. So I type ls, hit enter, and here we go. I see all these contents which correspond to the contents over here in the graphic manager. Okay. Now if I wanted to go inside one of these folders using the graphical means, right, graphical file manager, I could double click on the folder and I see those contents. And now I see up here that I'm currently in the videos directory. Well, if I want to do that in the terminal, I could type cd space and then the name of the directory I want to navigate to. Hit enter and then type ls. Sure enough, these contents here, remember, ls gives us a listing of our current directory, and we changed our directory to videos, so it should reflect what we see in the videos directory over here, and it does. We can also get this full path here by typing pwd over here to get our current working directory, and sure enough, there it is, same as over here. Alright. If we want to get back out of this directory, go back to our home directory, in my case golden, and the graphic file manager, I can click this back button. You'll have something similar in your graphic file manager. Over in the command line prompt or the bash terminal, I can type cd for change directory like we used up here, space, and then dot dot, which is shorthand for going back one or up a level in the file system hierarchy. pwd, and we're back home. Okay, cd dot dot, that brought us back home, see? Then I just typed in print working directory to get the absolute or full path of that directory as opposed to just this squiggly line here or tilde. Alright. This has been a very fast crash course and just a handful of tools, but let's go back through it again with the one final tool here, clear. Type it in clear and hit enter. That just clears your little workspace here, and we can try out those other commands that we had already practiced, right? I think first we went over pwd, which is print working directory, and that shows us this, which corresponds to the tilde in our prompt, which shows our current working directory being our home directory. Also part of our prompt is our username and our machine name. Type ls for a listing of our current directory. We type cd to navigate to another directory. We type pwd again to confirm our current directory. Type ls to get a listing of our current directory again. We type cd space dot dot to go back up one level in the file system hierarchy. And by file system hierarchy, when we looked at this path here, it starts at root. That's what this slash is short for. Within root is home, and within home is golden. All right? So going to the right is going through descendants of the root, or going down the file system hierarchy, or going back from right to left is going up, or ascending up to root. All right, so cd space dot dot is ascending the file system hierarchy by one step. All right, hit clear to clear our space, and that's just a little crash course on a handful of tools in the command line in Linux, known as the bash prompt or bash shell. Follow the linked material to find out some more specific information. But keep your eyes peeled for following videos that will go into more detail in the bash prompt, as the vast majority of this class will deal with navigating the file system, creating files, editing files, and doing a whole bunch of administrative stuff through the bash shell. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know.